After my last fight, I took a pretty bad loss.
As he looks to tee off, a flying knee lands to the chin.
And that loss opened up my eyes. My moments now, this is my time. Here recently, I quit my job to focus all my attention on the fight game. I can get a job any day of the week, but my time is now. This is my moment. I don't want regrets. I don't want to look back and say, oh man, I should have done this. And I'm doing that now. I'm living regret-free. It's been about 6 months since my last competition, and I'm looking and itching to get back in there. And this time I'm focused, I'm ready, I'm in shape, and I'm ready to get that W. Today was a power day, all explosion.
From the time we started up until now, man, he's shown drastic improvement over and over. His recovery's gotten better. His performance has gotten incredible. This is probably one of our best camps we've had.
Focus was my main goal on this training camp, just focus for the fight, being ready, because I'm so hungry to get it back in there. All the hard work is over, all the training's done. Now it's just getting mentally focused for the fight itself. I could take the fight anywhere and be victorious. If you want to keep it standing, I'm more than happy to stand with you. If you want to play the jiu-jitsu game, we can roll it out. Wrestling, anything. I can take the fight anywhere it goes. It's not just about making it there and getting a t-shirt and leaving. You want to carve your name into the UFC, and that's what I plan to do. When I fight, Kevin Aguilar is gone. It's just the angel of death that shows up.
He arrived in a shipping crate or transport crate that he had been kept in for some time based on the appearance of the bedding. He was a little overweight, he was extremely timid, extremely fearful, and he acted like he had no idea what grass was when we let him out into this habitat. It was kind of sad to see him like that.
Hey, sweet boy.
Over the years since Loki's been here, he's adjusted amazingly well. His personality has come out. He's very playful. He likes to interact with the enrichment we put in his enclosure, but most of the time he loves to just sleep in the sun like any other cat.
Come here, Loki.
Tyson is not really an appropriate name. It was more of a joke. We asked our care staff to come up with 4 different names that they thought were appropriate for him. And then we did a poll for our members and our supporters so that they actually got to choose his name. He's only 3 to 4 years old, so he acts like any other young cat. He likes to play, he likes to run and jump and climb. I would love to be put out of business so that there's no need for us to take in these animals. We are more than happy to provide Loki a permanent home and give him as natural of a setting as possible in the wild. But Loki should have never had to come here. He should not have been in the exotic pet trade. Tigers in captivity can live into their early 20s. It really just depends on their background. We see a lot of cats that have had horrific starts in life, but since we've got Loki so young, we hope that he's going to live another 15, 20 years here at Black Beauty Ranch.
So I have CML leukemia. I caught it in the first stage, but I caught it in what was kind of known as dead man's land. So I had a stage 1 cancer, which was like really good news. Kind of the scary news was the fact that I should have died a long time ago. I had a white blood cell count in the 300s when it should have been 5. The doctor said that my spleen and kidneys and liver should have all burst. I should have had a stroke or a heart attack, just all these different things, but like somehow I was still there, and I told myself I need to make the most of this. I was supposed to be in the hospital for about a month, and I told the doctor on the second day, I said, I'm gonna get out in a week. He said, no, you're not. Within a week, I was let out of the hospital, and I was on my way. And I said, the next step is, I want to come back and play football. All these people from back home said I wouldn't be able to play, and I said, I'm gonna play football. If you come out here during a practice, I'm gonna be running. I'm gonna be, doing drills on my own to make sure I can get back and be ready to go full speed when this spring comes. And it's a process, it really hurts, sometimes I'm in a lot of pain, but I can't let that get to me. I can't let that stop me. This is something I got to fight through and through.
Every day when you look there and he's running like the rest of the guys are running, he's in the huddle, he's encouraging guys. He's maintaining that connection that he has with this football team. It's not just that he's out there. He's an important part of what we do. He's an integral part of who we are.
A lot of what's helped me through is just the kind of the mentality of a lot of people throughout my life have said, you won't be this, you won't be that, you won't be good at anything. After this, and people are like, oh, you'll never be able to come back. And that just, when I heard someone say that, I snapped. And there was this chip back on my shoulder again. It was like, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna finish playing football. I'm gonna do what I need to get done. And I'm gonna prove you wrong.
We got a good workout in today. I'm strong. I'm feeling confident.
Marshall's Derek Krantz is locked and loaded for his second UFC bout, and unlike his first fight in the UFC octagon, this time he's got a full camp under his belt.
I just started training, just having faith that I'll be fighting then.
Krantz had just 5 days to cut more than 30 pounds before his first UFC fight back in May. He made weight.
Is in the gold. Krantz is in the black.
But then faced a first-round loss to welterweight Vicente Luque. Now he has another chance at his first win in the UFC.
Called me up and was like, how would you like to fight in China? And I'm like, well, sounds like an experience. Let's go.
Krantz will face welterweight Song Kenan as part of UFC Fight Night 157 in Shenzhen, China, Saturday.
Knowing that I was fighting at a certain time, 9-8 weeks in advance, I was really able to push myself, making sure my cardio is there, making sure my technique is there. I'm hitting strength and conditioning at least twice a week. I'm running almost every morning, on top of getting grappling rounds, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, lots of sparring.
A week ahead of UFC 157, Krantz boarded a plane headed for Shenzhen, an 18-hour flight and a 13-hour time change.
I think I'm finally adjusted to the time change, and I've been waking up early in the mornings, hitting the training room. The weight cut's great. This is the best weight cut I've had in years, probably in my whole career.
10 pounds out from his fighting weight of 170, Krantz has his sights set on victory.
I hate giving predictions, but if he gives me a finish in the first or the second, I'll take it. If not, he's going to have a long night for 3 rounds.
I want to go out there and not only prove to everybody else, but prove to myself that, I'm where I need to be.
For 19 Now, I'm Tim Wolf.
There you go, boss.
He was born with cerebral palsy at 1 pound and 11.9 ounces. Of course, the doctor said that he would never walk.
There you go. Come on, Deja.
Doctors not only told Onissa Mitchell her son Deja would never walk, they also said he wouldn't live past the age of 5.
Doing good, Deja.
Deja is now 22 years old. His mother still hasn't given up on her dream of seeing her son walk. Today they are 286 steps closer to that goal. That's how many steps Deja took today with his new robotic exoskeleton, the most he's ever walked in his life.
When he saw it, he kind of knew what it was, so he got excited, but then when he got in, his eyes got really, really big, and when it started to move, he was looking down like, I'm moving? I'm really moving? And then as he kept taking steps, he got more and more excited about it.
For Deja, walking isn't only a moral victory, it's crucial in maintaining his health.
Deja has never been able to walk. And because he's been in the wheelchair for so long, he's developed a lot of chronic illnesses. He has osteoporosis. When we first did the bone density test a couple years ago, the tech told me, he said, this young man's bones is as old as a 91-year-old. My son is 22. But to be on his feet will make a world of difference in his bone density. So hopefully his bones will actually be able to rejuvenate and he'll get a little stronger.
Onissa calls her tight-knit group of family, friends, and medical professionals Team Deja.
The more we stand and the more we do things, hopefully his neurological system catches up and actually responds to the activity we've been doing with him.
They help Deja keep progressing physically.
I built a whole gym for him, and I take him to Planet Fitness every chance I get, a couple days a week, and we do exercises there. We do strength training here.
And he helps them remember just how precious all of life's moments are.
And when I'm having a bad day, I can just come see his big smile and make you kind of forget what's going on with you. Because if he can wake up and smile every day, we really don't have anything to complain about.
And I told Deja when he was 2 years old, that's when he got diagnosed. I told that young man, long as he's working, I'm working. I won't quit until he does.
We opened up in '93. After, a year or two of just putting baseball stuff in here, I said, I'm going to start collecting Astro stuff. I love this, Valtuve. Somebody
said, is that a life-size deal of him? And no, don't do that. That's not nice.
Russell Turner owns and operates All-Star Barbecue, and if you step inside this shrine to beef and baseball, you'll find what may be the biggest collection of Houston Astros memorabilia in East Texas.
This I added after the 2017 World Series. There's a World Series ring replica. My eBay account has 300 transactions by it, 300 plus, and I've never sold anything on there, so that kind of tells you where I've got a little bit of a weakness, a little bit of a deal.
So how much does a collection like this run somebody?
I would feel very comfortably telling you I can't tell you because I don't know, and if I did know, I'd feel even more comfortable not telling you because my wife would know.
Turner says All-Star Barbecue has become somewhat of a required stop for East Texas fans making their pilgrimage to watch the Astros.
And I had 2 guys in here this morning that were on their way to the game. Had their Astro gear on. This summer I had a family come in. They had their Astro gear on, a couple of young kids, and they were going down to Houston to Minute Maid.
And Astro fans might have to thank the collection at All-Star for their Game 6 ALCS win over the Yankees.
This lady came in and she said, I just had to come in and get some mojo. You know, I just had to come get the vibe. And I said, well, let's hope it works. And, you know, as they say, it worked pretty well.
Now, Turner hopes that mojo carries the Astros to their 2nd World Series in 3 years.
Astros in 7. I think it'll go 7.
In Rusk, Tim Wolf, CBS 19.